Hello, good evening, traders. Today we are doing our Sunday class as always. Unfortunately, Ertwan is enjoying his vacation and he's not going to be with us for 2 months. We are going to miss him, but I know Ertwan is always going to sneak in and say hello, and he'll say that, hey, I'm still making money even in his vacation, which he tends to make more money when he's doing his vacation than he's actually trading or when he's home. So today we're going to go over a morning structures and a pre-morning structures. When you're trading, especially for the live trading, you're scalping either shares or options. It's critical for you to learn the morning structures and the pre-morning structure because a confirmed trade normally exists on the breakout of that morning or pre-morning structure to go long. And a confirmed trade is when you break down the support of your pre-morning and morning structures to go short. So let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. Okay, let me show you guys my screen. And also we are going to do a scenario where we would like to trade. So we're going to do like a little bit, it's going to be a little bit fun today. I would like to see you guys. I will be asking you, I would like to trade, and you guys gonna teach me or tell me where I'm going to enter. Okay, but first let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. Okay. Okay. Give me 1 second. All right. So we're not going to use Tesla because you know what? No, go ahead. Let's go ahead. Get crazy. Right. Let's use Tesla.
I have a question, Miss Mary. This is Deanna. Do you trade? I know you trade SPY. Do you trade SPX?
No, I don't. XPX is actually a little bit expensive when you do options, but I do SPY instead.
Okay.
So this is the 5 minutes. You know, when you guys are scalping, obviously, what time frame do you guys use to enter your trade?
I use 5 minutes.
Everybody use 5 minutes, right?
5 minutes.
Very good. Actually, you know what? Let's push this a little bit more. Leave. Start a new one. Just give me 1 second, okay? I would like to do it a little bit more, maybe here.
Mary, could you explain the downside to using anything less than the 5 minute?
If you enter, I mean, it's a strategy. If you use 1, 2, 3 minutes to enter a trade, that's fine, but it's too early of a confirmation. It could give you a fake out. But if that's your strategy using the 1, 2, and 3 minutes, as long as it works for you, it's fine. But for beginners, I always suggest to at least enter during the 5 minutes. The 3 minutes is good for me if I would like to exit early. Just in case there's an early reversal, then I will go ahead and use the 3 minutes. But if I'm entering a trade, I try to avoid using the shorter time frame than the 5 minutes.
Gotcha.
We could try and I'll show you guys the difference. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to stay. Leave. Hold on, guys. Okay. Start new one. Okay, let's start from here. All right. So the reason why I'm doing replay is to explain to you guys the morning structures and the pre-morning structures if we don't wait for a confirmation, right? So using the 5 minutes, most of you guys are beginners, right? I know some of you guys have been advanced. So you guys just need to listen. But to most beginners, please pay attention. If you're starting to scalp, the most important thing that you have to know is to identify your morning and pre-morning structure. Because if we don't see a breakout of your pre-morning or morning structures, then we're going to be trading on the consolidations or on in range, right? So using the body, I don't ignore the wick, by the way, but we use the body of the candle to avoid noises. And normally the bodies gives us more of a resistance or a support instead of a wick. It always react first on the body before the wick. So this is your pre-morning market, which is your resistance is the green, and it changes as the support. Okay, normally, so Josh suggests wait for 3 candles, which is the 15 minutes, right?
Miss
If
Mary, is that the ORB?
Yolanda, let me explain first, and then we
Okay,
could
sorry.
talk. Okay, no worries. So I forgot what I'm saying. So Josh teaches us to wait 3 minutes. 3 candles. There's a purpose with that. We're trying to avoid volatility, right? Because the first 2, 3 volume bars are tend to be. If you guys, I know most of you guys follow YouTubers, they will tell you not to use the first 3 volume bars because it's just like the volatility of your first 3 candles. And a full confirmation with that is to create a bigger volume bars instead of the current one. Let's play this. Okay, so this is now 9:30, and as you can see, this is your resistance. This is the support, right? I have a lot of apps that's like, hold on, I can't find you guys. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3 candle. If you are an aggressive trader, to those people who are advanced, they will not, and to those people who are knows how to trade, they will not wait for the 3 minutes candle. If opportunity comes, they will enter this trade within 5 minutes. They're already in profit, as long as you know where to exit, right? But your beginners always wait at least for 3 candles just to avoid that volatility or volume grab or whipsawing. You know, what is a whipsaw? Whipsaw is like this, an example. It's like a price action, but turns out to be a spinning top. So a whipsaw is like a one directions. We all think that it's going to the one directions. All of a sudden, it went to the opposite direction, and then it goes back again. This is the candle. This is the price action that's kind of hard to predict. This is like a spinning top, which is an indecision, right? But if you're going to trade an indecision candle, obviously you'll wait for the body of the candle to go higher. But if you're my students, I always tell you to please make sure you have your level of resistance before you enter a trade so that you know where to take profit. Right now, I'm not going to do that. I would like to show you guys a morning and pre-morning market, how important it is when you are trading. And also, it's also important not only to see the VWAP and your RSI and your MACD. The VWAP is very good for live trading because it gives you a directions, at least a confirmation, extra confluence that is aligned to a bullish signal. If you are above the VWAP, obviously the scenario is this is going to be a bullish trend, right? Which is confluence with your trading above the VWAP, which is confluence with that, which is aligned. Confluence means you are aligned and you have an extra conviction that the candles is trading above that. You're above pre-morning market. That's two confluence. All right. Okay. Hold on. My thing is very sensitive. Okay.
Was your purple line VWAP?
Yes, the purple line is the VWAP. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3. Let's pause that. You got 1, 2, 3, right? So this will be serving as your resistance, right? That will be served as a resistance. I normally wait for any kind of reaction. If my third candle surpasses and gives me a higher high, instead of me waiting for the third candle and do my trend line for the resistance, I normally wait for the top. It doesn't matter if this is like the fourth, the fifth, and I'm gonna say my morning market will be lies on that whatever resistance have given me when the market opens, and then I'll do my trend line above that. Because the scenario is if we ever traded, if this pulls back, normally it will retest the VWAP. And that is the cue to say, hey, I'm entering that position to exit out on the top resistance during that morning structure. But today, instead of retesting that, we ended up having what? A continuous bearish candle, right? So this is already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I will draw my top resistance here. That's just me, okay? But I want you to learn that pre-morning market is very important when you are trading, okay? This will guide you at least the first support or the first resistance. And every time this candles goes up, it doesn't matter if it's within 15 minutes or 20 minutes. If you see a pullback, that will serve as your top resistance, which will be not top, will be your first resistance of the morning market. Okay? Yes, I know it's different, but we wait for 3 minutes. For the beginners, you wait for the 3 minutes where this thing is going. 3 candles, excuse me. 3 candles and see where this is going. If it gives you the top, that will be your morning resistance. Okay, so right now it's just pulling back, did not reject our pre-morning resistance. On top of your VWAP, you also need to use at least a 9 EMA or an 8 EMA. It doesn't matter which one you would like to use. It's whichever you prefer. Hold on, I'm trying to see, where are you guys? Hold on. Priscilla, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Thanks.
Hungry?
Thank you, Priscilla. All right, guys.
You haven't given me yet.
Thank you, Priscilla.
Whose phone's not muted? Muted.
Yeah, Priscilla is my moderator when I'm doing live on Sunday. Okay, so we had the resistance on the morning market, right? It just really, that's the top. And I use the body first, and then I'll use the second, because we treat the resistance as an area, not just a single line. But of course, you put it there on the top because there's going to have price action first using the body before the wick. So now let's wait for this. We wait for an extra confirmation if we're going short or we're going long. My 9 EMA is the white line and my VWAP is the purple line. A confirmation to the downside. If we fall here, this is actually giving us a possible reversal, right? But I don't want to enter here because this is too early, because your pre-morning market was here as your resistance. If you are an aggressive trader, there's going to be someone who's going to be entering at this location and will be paying attention to this level all the way to this level. And then a confirmed trade will be falling below your pre-morning support. And your support, actually your first take profit lies on that 674.89, which could extend it to 674.52. Not much, because we're using 5 minutes right now. But for me, I normally don't use my 5 minutes to take profit. I use sometimes a daily or the weekly, depending on the candle's formation. So let me delete this first. So let's just see where this market is going. Okay. So if you are a beginner, where are you guys going to enter this trade? Is anybody will enter this trade? You guys could raise your hand or you guys could unmute yourself. Nobody's.
Hi,
It
Mary.
looked
It's
like it.
Sam. I would not be ready yet.
Very good. Very good.
I, I wouldn't either. Because there's a possibility it could just range for a few minutes.
That's right. That is absolutely right. Nobody's entering any trade here. Why? I mean, you could do candles by candles, absolutely. I'm like, well, Mary, you taught me morning star pattern. Absolutely. I taught you morning star pattern, but did you see a confirmation of that morning star pattern? No. Okay. But Mary, we respected the resistance here, and we actually did. Do you see this? Which is aligned. I told you if the aggressive trader will be entering on this candle and then possible exit out right away here, right? And it did. But there's really no confirmation yet if whether you're going long or going short. Just pretty short scalping. Pretty short if you're very fast. Currently, right now, there is no entry. But Mary, this was a resistance before, and now it seems like it becomes a support and surpasses. We had a breaking candle here, right? This candle is a breaking candle. You are right, that is a breaking candle, but next candle to it is red, and red is weak. If this is green, then I'm like, okay, maybe there is an early entry there, although it's not confirmed, but I'm waiting for a full confirmation here, right? But once again, this is for an aggressive entry. Why? Because one, your VWAP is confirmed above, but your RSI is not giving you a full confirmation to the upsides. Currently, it's on 50. Yes, 50 is bullish, but is it confirmed? No, it's just actually pointing down. So as your MACD, right? So there's really no full confirmation, but we'll wait. That's why when you're trading, you need to be patient. All right, so let's see. Is there's any trade yet? Is there's any trade yet?
Not yet.
It,
We're still
it
moving sideways.
Very
Not
good.
yet. Only if you
Mhm.
and you're quick enough.
No, not even if you're quick enough. First of all, you got a Christmas candles here. You got a green, red, green, red, green, red. If you're very quick, then okay, that's fine. But this is kind of hard to trade if you're under consolidation. Because once it go rises, fine, your resistance lies here. And trust me, if you enter using a market order, it will give you the highest level, right? So it's really hard to trade here. So sometimes when we do live trading, please note that if it gives us sideways, there's no trade. And it's always better to not trade if we are going sideways until we see a breakout or a breakdown, a direction of a trend. That's when we only trade. But if we don't see any trend, we are not trading sideways like this. Especially this sideways is pretty much close, like 678, 677. So it's not much of a room. If this is trading from like 679 to 677 or 676, that will give us a little bit more of a push, right? But it's not giving us that much space to enter any trade. There will be days that it's going to get frustrating, and it's already 10:25. If you know your schedule by around 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock as a trader, you also take a break. Same thing with the market. Institution takes break. They take a break. So that's why we don't really trade after 12 o'clock, right? Not unless there's a possible trend, but your volume will definitely not as much as during the 9:30 to 11 or 10:30. So there's an increasing in volume. There's no volume. It's okay. This one is, so I might say the average volume is just right here. There's no breakout, no breakdown, no direction, just sideways. So it sucks. So other people will be like, so let's just go to another stocks. That's fine. You could do that. But if I'm trading with you guys, I cannot because others are following me. Okay, so I'm just trying to give you guys an example. If somebody tells me, Mary, why don't we just trade another stocks? I cannot. It's not that I don't want to, because there's people and beginners are watching, and I would like to teach when I'm doing live trading. I would like to teach where this trend is going so you guys could do it without me, because sooner or later when I do live trading, some of you guys is gonna venture out and will be doing their own thing, and that's my purpose for each and every one of you to do your own trading without following anybody. And I hope one day I will not see Yasha here, although I would love her to be here. I don't want to see Dina here because she's doing on her own. I would love you to be on my live trading, but I would like you to be independent traders. Well, you see confirmation, you enter a trade, you build your own discipline, and that's my goal for each and every one of you guys. And that's what I want you guys to do. Okay? All right. So let's wait. I know I talked too much on that, but let's wait. Okay. So let's talk about this. Oh, pause. Okay, let's talk about this.
Mary,
Yes.
I had a question. You mentioned you were talking about when you're in a 5-minute candle, there's something about you're going to get a bad fill or you get the highest fill of the candle. Is that what you meant?
What do you mean a bad fill?
You were talking about being in a candle, like a 5-minute candle,
Okay.
when somebody mentioned they were going to take it, and you said if you took that candle, you're going to get the highest price.
Oh, that's about the market order, right? When you trade, if you want to get in right away, you enter or you buy your order using market order, meaning the market will give you the most available price, which normally higher. And then if you do limit order, which you are in control on your price entry. Does that make sense? So
Yeah,
if
I usually enter on market,
mhm.
and I noticed that sometimes I get a higher fill price than I thought I was going to get, and you kind of explained that that's kind of the norm.
That is normal. I actually did a short video on market order versus limit order. So when you enter a trade, if you want to enter real quick because you are afraid, which is I've seen everybody, and of course sometimes I happen to me too. We're FOMOing, so we enter market order. But if this thing is continuous, like bullish and bullish, most of the time it's advisable to do market order, right? Because you would like to trade that trend to continue to go up. However, is that the best possible price? Absolutely not, because the market will give you the highest available price. If you do limit order, sometimes your limit order will not trigger. Why? Because if this is a continuous bullish like this one, it did not even fluctuate, you may miss out. That's the only consequences when you do a limit order. I always do limit order. I know. I try to be in control of that. If I miss it and it did not trigger, I will try to increase that 5 cents for the SPY and then I'll get in. But if I don't and I missed it, it's okay. It's okay for me. And then I will continue my trade again. If there's opportunity comes and I'll enter again. But if you do limit order and you are scalping, especially if it's Tesla, I normally suggest to you guys to do a limit order because it always fluctuates. Right? But market order, if you want to be fast, get in during market order. But if you want to be in control on your price, then you do limit order. And it's all everybody's preferences. If you would like to do what Josh does, market orders. He does market orders. I always tell you guys to do limit orders and you get to pick. You get to pick your own entry. At the end of the day, it's your money. Or you get to pick, if you're trading with me, you could pick market order, whichever you prefer. Okay. But I always suggest to do limit order because this thing fluctuates, especially if I'm seeing this going back up and down, up and down, up and down. I believe limit order will be better. Okay. So let's go back to this candle. So somebody asked me, Mary, can we use the 3 minutes, right? The 3 minutes is okay if you use it constantly to enter. It's not I didn't say it's bad, but it doesn't give you a full confirmation. You could enter using 3 minutes, right? Right now we do have a pattern. We have a W pattern here, and if you put your neckline in here, and will be your confirmation, right? Others will be like, Mary, what about this green candle? It's really above the VWAP and the 8 EMA. You can too. At the end of the day, it's still confirm with this candle. For me, it's a full confirmation, but the 5 minutes will always be better for me. This is the 3-minute candle, which a confirmation you could enter using a 3 minutes. Sometimes it could give you a fake out, so be ready for your stop loss. But this one tends to be okay. This is a confirm entry? This is a confirm entry during your morning market and your pre-morning market? Or are these an aggressive
Yes.
entry? This is an aggressive entry. On these two candles, an aggressive entry. A full confirmation to the upside is right above the resistance of your morning market, right here. Why? Because there's a possibility you may react here and go back and retest the VWAP again or the breakout candle right here before it breaks out. So this is an aggressive entry. Aggressive entry. We could trade it with a W pattern, right? But your first take profit lies on here because this is your leg 1 and this is your leg 2. So let me just explain that. You can do that if you are following with a W, right? And if I'm doing live trading with you guys, I will explain it to you. There is a possible W pattern in there, and this is an early entry, but this is your leg 1, and this is your leg 2. Your take profit on this W pattern is really on the top. That will be your first take profit level. However, if it breaks out of that, our entry for this structure, since this is a continuous bullish, is right here. So let's clear that up.
Is that on the cross of it or is that on the close of the candle?
You always have to wait for the candle to close, okay? Always wait for the candle to close. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Yep, see, did not even reach the top. So that's why for an aggressive entry, if you don't have a stop loss or you don't know how to enter this trade, a full confirmation is above here. What exactly we said? We said this is going to be your first take profit level. It did not. It gives you, this is 679.18 and this is 679.34. So you missed like a couple of cents, right? Which is normal because if you are my students, I will tell you why you have to take profit before that second leg too, because sometimes it doesn't give you that opportunity. But anyways, it retests what? The VWAP. It retests your neckline. Another possible entry or you will definitely hold on to your trade. You don't have to step out. You don't have to top out here. Your full confirmation to the downside if you see a bearish candle, not even here. It's actually here. Okay, so you could hold on to your trade if you're an aggressive entry because what? This is after a breakout of the VWAP. This is a retesting of the VWAP. The first test of the VWAP. So that's good. This is actually pretty good for an aggressive entry. This will be a confirmed entry. So if you are conservative, you haven't entered your trade yet. And this is already 1050. So it's still pretty okay. There's no volume confirmed. It's giving us a confirmation. There is 2 confluence in here so far. Can you guys see what are the 2 confluence that this thing might break out? Might, okay, might. We don't know. It's going to have a price action here again, or perhaps here. These 2 levels will be a price action. We'll see a possible reaction. What are the 2 early indicators that we might be going up? Might. Very good.
A higher low?
Yeah, this is actually, this is a setup for we got a higher low, but very good VRK. It's what VRK said is we actually have an RSI and it's approaching to 60 and it's currently 59. You cross above your RSI, your MACD is curling up, it's pointing up, it crosses above the signal, which is early. Your oscillator is going to be lagging, and it's going to show you an early possible bullish or bearish signal. An early signal is on that RSI and MACD. They will react faster where the candle is going up or going down. They do. They tend to react faster. Thank you for that. And also the third one is actually rejection candle with your VWAP. Once again, where is your full confirmation again?
Above the morning session resistance.
Very good. Okay. Early entry, not fully confirmed. Retest of the VWAP, it's okay. Early indicator. Do you see that? Early indicator. Now, do you guys see the volume?
Yes.
That is a
Yes.
confirmed breakout. We ignore these volume, okay? We ignore that volume. So the highest volume lies around here. This is an increasing volume. We said about the average is right here, but it gives you this, it gives you this. This is a full confirmation to the upside, right? And that justifies or back up by your increasing volume. Now, you guys need to know, where is your take profit level? Well, just because you enter a trade, now it's confirmed. You have to make sure to identify your resistance, because if you only enter, if this thing goes up, you're going to be like going to Discord and say, where is the resistance of SPY? Is that a strategy? No, that's gambling. That is gambling, guys. This thing could rebound here. Retest. What if it retests here? Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes.
It's okay. Absolutely a-okay, right? Why is that?
It's just giving you more of a confirmation, a break and retest.
Yeah, it
To
gives you a
continue.
short pullback. It gives you a short pullback. To those people who miss it, maybe they could enter here, right? All right. Entry. If you are a momentum trade, what is your first cue to exit this position?
That red candle.
Very good. A red candle. You're already in profit. If you are an aggressive entry, it's just like here. This is an entry. Retest. This is another entry. For an aggressive, confirmed trade lies here. Here comes your 3 minutes to those people who would like to enter early. You could use 3 minutes. I tried not to when I do live trading. I try to see a full confirmation for you guys. I'm afraid if I do the early one, it's going to fake me out, and that's no bueno. Okay, so right now we have...
see the whole body of the candle above that resistance.
Say that one more time.
You want to see the whole body of the candle, not the one that you just said that could fake you out. You want to see the whole body of that second green above the resistance line.
Yes, this is pretty okay entry, but this is your full confirmation.
Okay, so the other one below it, it's okay because it's almost half of that body above it.
I actually prefer to be more than half, and it's not half. If it's half, then yes, but it's still not fully confirmed. Because why? You could form a candle here, and then it could go back.
Okay.
So now, this is a cue for a momentum trade. You have the green, 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 green. You have one red to exit out. But if you are holding on to your trade, you're going to be like, I am not exiting here, because Mary told me if I see 2 red candles, it's just a short pullback, especially if it's just a 1 red candle. It's just a short pullback. Maybe I could continue to go higher. We already have 1, 2. Perhaps we got one more rally to exit out, right? Let's see. Congratulations to those who hold on. All right. That's your cue, right? You have 1, 2, 3. Let's see your volume. This is a spiking volume. Let me see. It did not cross above the early volume for me, but still good. It's increasing. So we might have a little bit of more push, but I think we already have our third rally. I'm getting out. First of all, I don't even have my resistance here. If you guys are live trading with me, I have 3 levels of resistance, right? I don't know where is that resistance right now, so we're just going for momentum to momentum. Let me just delete my thing, okay? So I'm getting out. Are you guys gonna get out or you guys want more?
I'm getting out.
Anybody? So it's just Dina getting out with me?
No, I'm getting out.
Thank you, Sam.
Out.
I'll wait.
Good.
I'm getting
Okay.
out.
All right. All right.
Out.
So whoever's waiting.
I leave a runner.
Good, Tom. Awesome. So here's the deal. Whoever holding, I need you to know where is your take profit level on the third one. We already have the 3 rally, right? We already have a 3 rally here. And really, your top resistance lies on that 680, which it extends to this candle, which is 682, 681.70. Close enough, right? But if we have how many this has been rallying is 676 to 681. That's pretty a lot. 676 to 681. That's about $6, right? Let me see what is the average for lately. 664 to 676, about $14. 661 to 670, about $9. 650 to 664, $14. So they average about $9 to $14. So far, we only rally from 676 to 681. What do you guys think? You think we could be able to push more? That's how you guys know what is the possible average a daily SPY could move by you checking the previous candle. This is Coaching 101. It's free session for you guys again. So this big candle is normally some market sentiment, ripple effect, right? Something's bad news. Feds did not cut rates. Inflation's gone up. Same thing. This is not a normal candle for the daily. This is the normal candle for the daily. This and this. This little candles. Those are the daily. This one, most likely 684, 680, only $4 or $5 here. 679, 685, about $5 or $6. So this is becoming the daily. So you have to check the previous candle. Okay, previous candle, how much dollars have they gone up for the past 3 days or whatever candles they have, as long as they have similar in size. You don't count the big candle. Okay, so now let's take a look at those people who hold on. And it's already what time? 11:55. We need to be careful now, right? Because institution is going to take profit. What is the possible scenario here?
That it's going to reverse.
Is might reverse, not reverse, just a pullback, right? A
pullback.
possible pullback. We had one test on the VWAP. It could test the VWAP if it wants to, okay? It could test the VWAP, or maybe it could test only that 680 before we actually start running. So 682 was our resistance, and it touches 681.70, which could extend to that 683 to 683. Okay.
RSI is still going up, so it might be.
We got a bearish divergent there. The
Miss
momentum is
Mary,
slowing
I
down.
know you said that the EMAs are preferences for us, the 8 or the 9. In backtesting some of I actually trade futures, and SPY is connected to the ES. The 13 seems to be something that's supportive because I know because I'm a newbie as well, and sometimes when you see those red candles or any type of back test, I'm very reluctant to like hold on to the trade to lose any funds. But what I found recently is that the 13 seems to be a good supporting measure to guide, if I can still stay into the trade if it doesn't break the 13 EMA.
That is
Have you
all
found
up
that?
to you. I don't
Okay.
use 13, but I use 8, 13, 21 to trade, by the way. I do.
Gotcha.
I do
Gotcha.
use them. But if I'm scalping, my goal is to take as much as profit possible, right? If
Right.
I wait for this pullback and test my 13 EMA, I'm already losing money instead of me exiting out here. And I guarantee I have somewhere resistance here. This is going to be the level of my resistance here, and I'm exiting out. The reason why is because I already have 1, 2, 3 rally here. But if you only see one red candle, Versace, don't be afraid. One red candle is a short pullback, very short pullback. Not unless this is a very big bearish candle, then that's a bit scary, right? Because it means that's a strong sell-off during the 5 minutes,
Yeah.
by the way, at least. Okay. So you are more than welcome to use your strategy of 8, 13, 21, which is that's my strategy too, or 13. But just be careful because it may take at least half of your profit because options favors the trend. If it pulls back, we ended up losing money on the theta. And trust me, especially this is already 11:55. If you are 0 DTE, your theta will be eating most of your premium.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And Miss Mary, when you get that second red candle, do you ever use a stop loss there
You
if
guys,
you're in profit?
you could do trailing stop loss. Tom is number 1 on the trailing stop loss. Yep. You guys could do a trailing stop loss. There's 2 ways to do a trailing stop loss. One is with a percentage, which is, let's say, if my profit goes below 5%, I'm out. Or you could do dollars. If this thing falls, your profit in $5, and then it will trigger. You could either or choose whichever you prefer. Okay. All right. Let's see those people's. Hold on.
Nope.
All right. To those people, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. I always suggest only 2. The third one is okay, but to give me 4, I don't like 4. I don't even like number 3 anyways. So I only give 2 chances in life. If I give the third one, it's my mistake. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4. But is it still bullish? Absolutely. But remember I said we have a divergent here? And look, it fall below your signal line. Your divergent just confirmed. If you want to follow that, I don't know how to break down the divergent, Mary. Simple. Free classes. Your divergence right here. You're trending up. Fall below that trend line confirms your divergent, which also confluence with your RSI falling below that. This is your sell signal, by the way. This is your early signal of the MACD. And this, I told you, your oscillator is lagging. They tend to react faster than the candles. And this will give you a guide. I am out. Is it Mary still bullish? Because I would like to hold on to it. And I would like to go on that. You told me that 683, 682 level. Although we hit that 681, right? I would like to hold on to that 683, 684. I want you to start paying attention to your 0 DTE. So when you're trading with me, I would like to do a 1 day. You are more than welcome to do whichever you prefer. I'm just suggesting 1 day just because this pullback is very sensitive to theta. Okay. All right.
So
So
what,
let
you come out and then you can re-enter if it comes back over VWAP
you can
or the
you
line?
could re-enter. I'm not going to be live trading now because I'm already done with you guys. But I actually get out of the trading after 11:30 or 12. If I'm
Okay.
going to stay with you guys right now, this is cooling off. I would like to see more confirmation, right? I told you 1, 2, 3, pull back. This is going to eat your money. So now let's go see where are we going because I want to trade more. That's fine. Now I'm going to use a longer time frame now. First of all, we should be checking your longer time frame. Longer time frame in the 10 minutes, 2 red candle is okay. Okay? 2 red candle is okay. Your MACD and RSI is still okay. Your RSI is looking pretty good because it's still above 60. Your 15 minutes is still pretty good, still bullish. Your RSI is still above there. Let's see. We break out of that, then definitely we could see this. And maybe we could definitely see that 683. But let me see where's the resistance of this, by the way. Ooh, look at that. We got a tweezer top. What does tweezer top means? What is tweezer top?
Bearish.
Possible rejection.
Bearish.
To the
That's
downside.
bearish.
Possible rejection.
Mm-hmm.
Possible is the word there. It's an early signal for a possible reversal. Just because it gives you a tweezer bottom, remember that you gotta wait for a confirmation. But if you use that as a reversal, that is okay too. But you just have to know how to do it, okay? Okay. It may test that pre-morning market. I don't know. I just know that my resistance still lies on that 682, 680, 82.44.
And that's
All
on
the
a
way to
4 hour?
this 4 hours. Yep. Actually, I like to do the daily. 680. Where are we? Where are we? Right here, 681, all the way to that 682. We missed it. We're still gonna get to that 683. Yep. Might. 684. Okay, let's go see. This is an entry, a breakout, right? A retest of that is okay. It's just retesting the upper trend line, right? The only thing that we need to be careful is if that candle falls below that 680.96 or 680.94, it's going to be bearish. We like to see above that 681.31. This will be the hurdle, a little bit of a hurdle. And then we're going to get to that 683. Well, first 682, 683 to 684, according to the daily chart. I did not prepare the resistance for you guys.
Miss Mary, are you to get your levels? Can you go over that again? You're going to the daily and you're looking at the high part of the green candles.
Yep. You gotta have to learn your resistance. We've been going over resistance multiple times, so you have to check your weekly resistance and your daily resistance. Where is it approaching? Is it approaching on your weekly resistance or is it approaching on your daily resistance? Okay. Early, confirm, but your first resistance lies where? Always the top of the pole. In order for this to continue to be bullish, your first resistance, every time you're trading a pattern, a flag, a channel, the top resistance is always the top of the pole is always your first resistance. A confirmation of that bullish, especially you're only using the 5 minutes, so this is a very small move, is a breakout above that pole. That's the only way to see more bullish, but this one did not give us that. So now we retest the VWAP. It is now 145. There is no volume. That's the reason why we don't trade after what? Lunchtime. There's really no volume. Your RSI is confirming we'll continue to go down. There's no volume. We got a still bearish divergent. What did you guys learn from this trade?
To wait for your confirmation.
No, not my confirmation. To wait for your confirmation. Okay? if if you're trading by yourself, you don't wait from anybody. You wait for your confirmation to enter a trade, full confirmation. Second, that I would like to hear is know where to take profit. When you enter a trade, it gives you confirmation, yes. But if you have to know where is your risk management, when to know to tap out. To those people who did not take profit with me and still waited and hoping, I don't know where are you guys exiting. I don't even know the trade, by the way. I don't even know this, by the way, just to let you know. Okay, you saw it. I just replay it. Okay, so you have to know when to take profit. If you guys were in profit, know when to exit. And if you guys still holding on to your position, make sure you have a stop loss on that. Okay, this has been consolidating. And this is already 12 o'clock. Miss Mary said after 12 o'clock, institution, take lunch break. I think I need to take a lunch break as well. And perhaps come back at power hour. Maybe I could trade there. Although power hours sometimes give us what? Less volume. And it gives us more directions. You've seen it on Wednesday, like by 2 to 3 minutes, it only give us a confirmation that this thing was going down. And I think that's what happened. After that 1, 2 minutes, it gives us a confirmation that that will fall.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens.
Exactly.
It happens,
Yes.
guys.
Okay.
Okay, so after 11:30, 12 o'clock, stop staring at the screen. Go home, enjoy. Go enjoy your lunch with your wife, with your husband, with your children. Have a break, guys. You cannot be staring at the screen. It's going to be mentally exhausting. By the way, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't tell you guys what to do with your time and your money. I'm just simply suggesting things that definitely might help you for your future trading. Okay? All right. Any questions with that?
Miss Barry,
Yeah.
when you were talking about um, when you had the pole move and it turned into this little bull flag that you have channeled,
Mm-hmm.
and you were talking about confirmation for a breakout above that, do you ever uh, do you ever use that pattern for a breakdown?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, no, no, no. This is only a breakout or a breakdown, but this is a bullish. This is a descending channel, so breakout. If this is seen on the 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, your flag will be a little bit bigger. You get more profit. But since you're seeing the pattern on the 5 minutes, it's not much of a resistance on the top of the pole
So
because it's very short.
if it's a bull flag, that then you disregard that as an indicator, and then you go strictly by your EMAs and VWAP.
No,
Right.
just because it's a bullish pattern doesn't mean it's a confirmed bullish. You wait for a confirmation, meaning you wait for a breakout of the candle. Breakout of the candle.
I understand. I understand what you're saying, but I'm asking, do you use it for a breakdown as well?
Yes, you can. You can use this as a breakdown. So, but you anticipate to be bullish, right? So in the back of your
Right.
head, you want to be bullish. If this is a ascending channel, and I'm saying most likely this is gonna come down. If this is a pennant flag, I'll say it's bullish. If this turns out to be horizontal, it's going to be neutral. So the pattern gives you a conviction saying it's going to be bullish, possible. 80% is going to break out, 20% is going to go sideways, right? So if this is a bullish, you expect to be bullish, hoping it will be bullish. Either
Yeah.
or, it could break down.
When you're looking at the price action, I see exactly what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you look at the RSI and the MACD,
Yep.
how they're sliding,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I start thinking that, maybe its price is going to reverse
Actually, you're
because
absolutely
the
right.
week.
I did not see that into consideration. I was actually looking at my 10 minutes. I thought it was going to break out. I see it from here, so it was up. So that's why I was looking at the 10 minutes, but the 5 minutes definitely confirm it. That breakout is actually a fake out right here. And then your RSI is
Yeah,
right here.
exactly. So
Yep.
that's why I was going to price to see if there's something on the price chart
Yep. Yeah.
that can give you that confirmation
It will. It
from the
can.
flag that it's actually a real breakdown.
Yep, it's actually a possible fake out right here because it gives you a green and but just like I said, your oscillators will react faster. So if pointing out thinking it's going to break out, trust me, it's easier right now because this is a replay, but in the real world, you're going to have a little bit of conviction that this thing is going to break out until you get that yellow the red candle, and then it's gonna try it again. So you're gonna be like, oh, that's gonna break out. But we did not see the considerations of this MACD. Just like I said, the oscillator will give you a conviction, but it's early. They always give you an early signal, but I did not see this actually. That was one of my mistakes, by the way. I was paying attention on my 10 minutes, showing me bullish confirmation right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. So,
Okay,
yep.
thanks.
Okay. Any questions with that? Kino, you have your hands up. Go ahead. All right. I guess we don't have a question. I am going to cut this a little bit short for 1 hour, which is, I know I always extend it to an hour and a half just because I felt so dehydrated. I ran 15 miles today and my eyes are so red and I did not have any water. We just continued to run and I forgot to take some salt and I forgot to take the energy drinks or nothing like that. So I'm so exhausted. So I really apologize if I'm cutting this short for 1 hour. I will be live with you guys on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays. If you do have questions, let me know. But try not to ask me questions when we are trading, okay? Because we would like to pay attention on the candles. So any more questions real quick?
I do have a question if it's okay.
Go ahead.
I'm just wondering, the stop loss, how long, or sometimes, I try to enter it, but it's like too late or too early, or I either get kicked out, like it get triggered pretty much like right away, or, maybe I'm too slow. Do you have any advice on that?
Okay, stop loss.
Yes, so after I enter a trade, I try to put in a stop loss, but sometimes it's like a minute later it got triggered, like
Okay, stop loss is very subjective. So when you're trading options, you have to have a higher risk tolerance. First of all, options will definitely give you big profit. Well, you could make money so fast, easily on options, but you could lose double. You could lose faster too. So your risk management is very important. So if you put your stop loss too tight, like 5 to 10%, I guarantee you will always get triggered. I am not an advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. But when I do options, I normally have a higher risk tolerance that I could actually do a stop loss from 30 to 50%. You don't have to follow that. If you're trading Tesla, I've seen my options going from 50, negative 50, being profit for 100%, just because the stocks is very volatile. If your stop loss is very tight, I guarantee you it will trigger. So it all depends on you. If you believe that you could be able to enter and pull a trigger every time it goes to your buy signal, go ahead and do that. But you just have to be quick. And my rule of thumb is if you're losing twice already, you are already having a bad day. I need you to step out and trade tomorrow. Okay, because now you're going to be FOMOing. Now you're going to be like, I'm going to get my money back. Okay, no, the rule of thumb, if you're losing twice already, okay, if you want to do another one, go ahead. But you are now trading with emotion. You have to control your emotion. Okay, for the winning part, if you already have your third trade on that scalping, If you're going for 4, I guarantee you, you are very highly confident, overconfident. If you win on the 4th time, the 5th time, please step aside. You have to be humble. Otherwise, the market will humble you. Okay? So
Thank you so much.
overconfident and losing trade could definitely kick in. Your emotion will kick in. We're all human beings. If you see a 3 trades all positive, the 3rd one, you'll be fine. Come on, we cannot catch it all. We cannot catch it all. If you got 3 trades, that's awesome. That is a good day. Even if you got 1 good day, it's fine. 1 trade is a good day. At least you did not lose, right? You're fine. Because your goal here is to be consistent. Trading is not about always winning that 100% profit. It's not always a home run. It's not. Sometimes you'll go to the first base only or third base. You'll be lucky if you get a third base, right? But it's not always a home run on trading. Okay? So if you expect a home run, then that's a lot of hopium. And that's not a strategy, because consistency is the key to the success. Even if you take 5 to 10%, it's okay. You're winning. Winning is better than losing $1 or losing it all. Okay? Let me go see. Let me go over SPY first. This is the actual. Hold on, just real quick. I know Michael is going to give you guys a technicals after my class, so you guys could jump into Michael after this. But I'm just going to give you guys my resistance for SPY. It looks really bullish. December is normally a bullish month. December is one of the 3 months for a historically bullish. We call it the Christmas rally, right? So since 1950s, the 3 bullish months is normally the April, November, and December. But for the past last year and for the past 2 years, last year and this year, it tends to be not happening. Last year, the bullish month was May and November. And this month, if I'm not mistaken, was the same thing, April or May. And November was a lot of tech stocks sell off. And this December, hoping we're going to have a Christmas rally. So let's see how it goes. And hopefully it will give us some bullish scenario this coming December for tomorrow. For SPY, SPY is bullish. Well, chart is telling us bullish. There's a lot of indicators showing that it's a bullish trend. Your RSI and your MACD is actually all pointing up. Your MACD finally on the 0 territory, which is bullish. It crossed above signal line on the daily. Your RSI is above 59.10. I would like to see the RSI on the daily above 60, like literally above 60. It's 59 right now. I would like to be above 60, okay? Pay attention to your daily RSI. Yes, 59 is bullish. Above 60 is more bullish. Weekly candle, we ended up having an engulfing candle, which is bullish. Another confirmation that we need to wait for weekly chart is your RSI crossing above the signal line. The second one is your MACD. Okay, and these are the top resistance for SPY. We're still waiting for that 685. We have 684.96 to 685.80. It's right there. Break out of that 685. We're definitely seeing that 687.640 to 689.70. These are the local resistance. Where's my top resistance? Hold on. I had a top resistance right there. If we break above that 689, there is a possibility that the highest the SPY can go could be that 732 to 734, right? We have 691, 716, 732, 734. Although we are on the overbought territory, and this was actually the time where it starts curling down right here. But it could, same thing here. Similar level of the RSI when the RSI start reversing to the downside. So we need to be very careful. But this is actually, what candle is this, by the way? What candle is this?
Hanging man.
Evening star
Hangman.
pattern.
Hammer.
Hangman. That is a hangman. A hangman is when there's an uptrend and there's a reversal. This is not a hammer. A hammer is on the bottom. Okay? If this is on the top, it's hangman. A hangman is a possible reversal to the downside using the monthly chart. We have completed a candle. What a beautiful thing about this hangman is, number one, it actually breaks out above 682 right here. Hopefully we will remain above 682. Even if it pushed down to that 676, 674 level, it's okay. It could be just a short pullback. But as long as we remain above that 682, we could be able to be bullish and see these resistance, by the way. But yes, this is a possible early reversal signal. If we open on Monday, 683.39 below that, watch your pre-morning market and see a possible reaction in that 682, okay? If it falls below that 682, that's when you start seeing the support level on the weekly candle. So we got a bullish candle here, we got an engulfing candle. So pay attention to these level of support. Right here, all the way here. But hopefully we'll be bullish. This is bullish. Daily's giving us a bullish signal, all bullish scenario. Your weekly is still not fully confirmed. So we want what we want. We want the RSI curl above the signal line. Same thing with the MACD. That confirms to the upside where we could definitely see this top resistance here. Any questions with SPY?
Yes. Are you going looking at the top of on the weekly? Are you looking at the top of each one of those green candles for the different levels?
There's no candles there, Yolanda. When you don't have a candles in there, you use an indicator or you use a strategy called Fibonacci extension to find these level of resistance. Okay. So if there's no candles here, use a Fibonacci extension to find these levels. To see a pullback, you guys watched Josh's Saturday class last week. He used Fibonacci retracement, which I also went over last Sunday, which I also taught you guys multiple times. We even had a class on the Fibonacci retracement. Maybe one day we'll go over again Fibonacci retracement, but right now we don't have the time. But use your Fibonacci retracement, extension to find the uncharted chart. There's no candles here to follow. So these are your possible resistance using Fibonacci extension. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being with me. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I hope each and every one of you guys spend your Thanksgiving with your family without looking at the Discord. I did not look at the Discord on Thanksgiving. Actually, I did to say happy Thanksgiving to you guys. But after that, I just spent my whole day cooking with my husband and spent my day with my family and my friends, which are my family, by the way. But Tuesday, I will be live trading with you guys on the morning huddle with Tom, and hopefully Tamir is there. Tuesday also, we have Power Hour. Wednesday, we have Power Hour. Thursday, we have, what do we have, Tom? Morning huddle, and that's it. So we are doing live trading 3 days, twice on Tuesday, once on Wednesdays, and once on Thursdays. And then we also have a small group session with Tamir. If you guys would like to sign up, we have a Sunday session, which is a group sessions. It's a coaching for 20 people that talks about fundamentals, options, and how to trade. Okay, so those are also for beginners. So if you are intermediate, please wait for the second class. That will not be appropriate for you. So that will be for beginners. Beginners, actually, I'm sorry, that's not what's beginners. The beginners will teach you how to trade your setup, your chart, and then we're going to go ahead and learn the support and resistance, your EMAs, and chart patterns and things like that. Okay, so if you guys would like to sign up, please reach out to Tamir. He's going to have a link there available for each and every one of you guys. And it's going to be about 2 to 3 hours. So your money is going to be worth it. And we'll talk about fundamentals. Tamir will be in charge of that fundamentals. Tom, do you have something to say, or Big D, or anybody?
No, another good class. Every time you talk, I learn something new.
You are
Still to this day.
awesome, awesome. So you learned something new, right? Tom texted me, Mary, I need to know how to enter early on the. What did you say, Tom, again? I said, Tom, just stick with me. You'll find out.
Yeah, yeah. It's probably Tesla.
Yeah, yeah. Right. Power hour is at 3 p.m. on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Okay. And then also, Mark, Travel Trader, has a power hour on Thursday. This is your first time, E. Coe. Welcome to our Sunday class. Thank you, guys.
Miss Mary,
Yes.
I have a question with the morning live. Is that for everyone or for VIP?
You have one more week. Everybody on the live trading, all Crown Traders live trading will be available exclusively for the VIP. So this is a perfect time for you guys to either, if you want to trade live with me, or to any Crown Traders, to Michael, to Josh, that will only be available for the VIP. Sunday class remain the same. Kingdom Capital for class is going to be available for tier 2 and VIP, but all the live trading will be available for VIPs only.
Miss Mary, will you be able to send that link for the Discord?
Absolutely. Give me 1 second, real quick. Well, let me go ahead and say goodbye to the YouTube. Thank you guys. I love you all. I'll see you on Tuesday.